Jeff. Pixel remakes are out. Actually, though, hey, what do we got in here? So, the OST was built in and exists as like DLC standalone as well. Intriguing. And then, all right, art gallery. A mono art concept gallery. Yeah. Including just
Hell yeah.
the drawings that the
Hell
enemy
yeah.
sprites
Hell
come
yeah.
from.
Oh, yeah. I'm into it. Good stuff.
Skeleton. Warrior. Ah, this is
Describing
powerful.
100% to skeletons got curved swords. Always.
Goblin.
Gablin.
And let's see. I think most important out of all of these. Hold on. What? Rexasha? Oh, okay, yeah, the tiger. Which, yeah, I guess that never came through to me looking at the sprite, but I suppose even in the localization they're called Catman and Mancat. So, yeah, they're supposed to be tiger demons, not just large cats. Mummy, though. With, okay, the squat coming from, it's supposed to be in the process of stepping out of the coffin. Interesting. Because that squatting pose just sticks with the mummy enemy for a long time in the franchise. Seeing that has a backstory. It isn't just delinquent mummy in the back alley flicking a knife.
Mm.
Who is messing with my truck? There's Badman. Chaos.
Gonna kill it.
Gonna kill the chaos.
Point at the screen right there. I'm gonna kill that.
That's chaos. I kill him.
That's my job. That's my thing. That's the thing I do.
And that Kraken has a robe. Has a wizard's cowl. Kraken's got teeth.
There's a mouth up there. It's not a beak.
Yeah, it's got like a shark face going on.
Hmm?
Sharktopus.
Finally.
Merilith, just, yep, snake,
Good old Carrie.
knives. Skeleton. I
Not
guess
really
as well with
much
this then, it's
skeleton.
like, the Lich is maybe just like the ribs and skull and arms and no other bones.
The others aren't even bones. There's meat on those.
Yeah, maybe it's just an upper body, an actual demi-Lich. It's half
Yeah.
of the body. Alright, that's enough time for folks to have probably continued to filter in. Let's actually see what we got here.
Good fight, Gar. Oh, 12. You have lots of
12.
space to work with now.
Up to 6 full-width characters, or 12 half-width characters. Which are which? Also, hold on, how do I, Is
Regular
this accept keyboard input? Do I? Yeah,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Typing it in would be half width for what it's worth.
Yeah, what
These are
constitutes
half-width characters.
wide characters? Okay, all of these are tiny.
Yeah, no, full width characters are a specific thing, and you have to put them in manually. Japanese text is full width characters, which is
Okay,
why
yeah,
they
6 kana,
That's why it's
yeah.
separated out. Yeah.
Though, actually then, so... It's letting me put in more characters than that limit. 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I can just keep going here. So what, will it truncate, or... Intrigued, but not enough to hold this up for too long, so... Jeff. Some characters and symbols may not display properly. For Jeff. Get a first chance to appreciate the looks of these remake sprites. Oh, wait, okay, they all got... These three, at least, all have kind of a weird forward lean. Like, you look at the warrior and then you look at the red mage. The red mage is a bit better balanced on the one leg. Seems like. Anyway, most important thing for me to investigate over a course of a run of this is how many of the spells work? Jeff.
Jeff.
Chef.
Chef.
Hello. I can hop out again in a second for third, but I just wanted to register my strong appreciation of that Kraken concept art. That was my favorite out of all of those.
Kraken has a powerful look in this. And Jeff. I'll have to see these in motion to get more of a sense of to what degree I like or dislike these, because Alright, so like they have more color depth in them than the originals, but I feel like it's appropriate to keep them very flat looking, as just like it's a proper homage to the original color schemes. That, yeah, your black mage is just kind of wearing a flat blue sack over their body. That's it. The outfits aren't fancy.
They do look extremely comfy, though. They've got that going for them.
I mean, I can see just fine. I don't think it's particularly shrouded in darkness.
Let's see.
Yeah, also, Final Fantasy 1 cutscene. Neat.
Yeah, just
Place
take
with snakes, yep.
the intro text and make a sequence of it. Give us a slideshow. Also, in doing this, tell us where the 4 shrines are. Helpful. That loud. Let me adjust the volume down to my usual balance. That should do.
I mean, being completely honest here with how they're describing it, all of them get, weaker or something. Except for Kraken, who is definitely making, really juicing the ocean. The ocean's getting real strong.
Yes, water. The cowards! Maintaining this orb erasure. Unacceptable. 0 out of 5. Uninstall.
These are orbs. I'm looking at them and those are orbs.
No, one continuous facet.
Beep.
Alright. Yeah, those are about the buttons you would expect. Yeah, alright. And we have a world map just right away. automatically. You just shuffle who you're displaying on the world. Big map, small map. Right then. Adventure?
Welcome to Corneria.
Oh, yes, and they add this to be sure that just in case you can be dragged before the otherwise almost entirely optional Corn Lord and be informed. Mini maps and large maps in areas also helpful. All right, menus. Let's see what we got menu-wise. Items. Items list is there. Spell charges. Good. Yes. Let's get Vancian.
Ooh,
Everyone actually
that's
starts
kinda
off
neat.
with basic gear in this port. All right, nice. You do just show up naked in front of town, screaming. No spells. Do need a forget button. Good. You can revise your spell list if you feel you've misjudged. That's nice. Statistics. Party ordering. Configuration options. Alright, so cursor memory, yes. It's an auto battle mode in there somewhere, also helpful. Alright, we got a CRT filter as an option if you want them lines defined. Bit clean for now. Brightness adjuster. Roll settings. Alright. And quick save. And I suppose, yeah, there's going to be the regular global world map save.
The fun thing is, I think, like, I'm halfway convinced that this is actually the only remake of 1 that has actually gone back to spell charges. I think all of the other ones I could think of swapped to MP.
Yeah, GBA and Wonder Swan both have MP in them instead of spell charge.
Yeah.
I feel this is
PS
good omen.
The PS1 version had spell charges? Okay. The PSP remake had MP. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Strongly appreciating these fringed carpets. They're very handsome.
Anyway, adventure. Oh wait.
I like that your character here
Yeah,
has...
we sometimes have this.
did you just have
we have diagonal movement. That's just a thing that's available.
diagonals?
We got this movement here.
Unbelievable.
Interesting. We both are on a grid for clean movement, but diagonal is there as an option. Powerful.
I like how you have a steady sprite when you're moving up and down, but when you're going left and right, for some reason, you lose a pixel of height every now and again.
Oh hey, you're just straight up the FF5 wizard. Hello. Just about. Alright, so I can spend all my starting cash on spells. All 500 starter bucks. Alright, so Cure for Chef. Yeah, for Chef. Flank for Chef. Protect for Jeff. Yes, this is very... They've calibrated the starting cash supply just right so that I can do this that would normally be a very expensive team. Sleep on Jeff and focus on Jeff. Same idea as when I did the FF1 restored playthrough. The red mage will take all the weird utility spells, while black and white take the blastier options. Let's see here. Also really liking this this fiddle version of the shop music. Oh, these just cost nothing, so I can do my equipment upgrades right away. And, okay, we have sensible inventory instead of jank inventory. Oh, and there was even a in-store equip option right there. Sword.
Yeah, it looks like as far as the... Alright, so how it looks like for the music is that all the music was not necessarily remixed by Uematsu, however, he did oversee the remixing of everything.
Sadly, the loss of wood armor.
Tragic.
You hate to see it. And yeah, 15 for 15 is more efficient than 4 for 8. Wow, leather is terrible. Get out of here, wood mail.
Love the little, I can wear this jump that the sprites do.
They're just very excited to have clothing.
I mean, same.
Understandable.
Who isn't, right?
New shirt.
Metal shirt. Good stuff.
And... okay, yeah, so we have more extensive item list that you would expect from later in the franchise. Larger potion exists. Ether exists, which, okay, yeah, implementing ether in the spell charge system, it restores charges. So you can prolong your dungeoneering. That does feel like a good medium between the... I like the limited ammo and the choices it makes you do in FF1. I've always gone to bat for that. But also understandable that some people don't like that pace of needing to do multiple expeditions. And... yep. Church is just there, being church. Oh, and they've added some wise men to the first inn to be the beginner's hall. Alright. Sensible. Diagonal walking. Adventure awaits! And there's even diagonal movement on the overworld.
It's background, though. Hello.
This background and alright, here's fight theme.
Against
Original
dog.
redone. I have
Dog
intimidated
left.
this dog. Dog cannot withstand me. We startle the wolf on our way to the ruins of the Temple of Fiends. Adventure! The Chaos Shrine. Okay, this is more of a
shit.
situation.
This is many dog and many goblins.
Oh my, that was a scout.
Oh
We've
no.
been had.
Also, I don't... How many remakes also of this allowed the full 9 enemies in encounter?
That has always been preserved.
Okay.
Okay, so Jeff, you've got to be attacking. We've got to mitigate everything that is going on here. I guess Cure and Sleep is the killer app here. Sleep will save or condemn us.
All right, you got
Okay,
the entire
6
top
of
2
them
rows.
are asleep. All right, the encounter is safe now, and some of them are running away. Good. This is workable now. We can break through. Maybe. Okay, some of them are waking back up. All right, Jeff's down.
It's a very good pass the fuck out sprite.
Oh, we also have a guard option. Well, that's good for, We will not go to the Temple of Fiends today. And so they didn't. I could also load that save in order to, and yeah, Curse of Memory, so I can just attempt to flee right away. Maybe if we had enough money for 2 chain shirts. And I afford that first revive. I have the save before we got ambushed, just in case. Let's see, what price do they put on revival? $40. Well. Okay, oh, never mind. That's quit entirely. How do I back to main menu, if you don't mind? Just restart this then. And you'll have to restart the side view there. All right, now, thanks to a powerful omen, a prophecy of crystals.
You know, to maybe perhaps get at least a little bit of number before you go and deal with the 9 dogs of destiny.
1,000 imps.
Continues to await.
Okay, and they do also have retargeting off of defeated enemies. That's an acceptable convenience. Everyone expects that now.
Ah, next level in 1 experience.
Soon. Also, this base walk speed is very comfortable. Nice and brisk.
Plus, diagonal movement being the same speed as horizontal movement means it's twice as fast as horizontal movement.
Yeah. And, alright, just summarize the entire level up in 1 panel. Very helpful. Alright, so we'll just hang out here for a little bit.
Crazy horse!
Crazy horse. Oh
Horse
wait, Jeff was
destroyed Jeff.
immediately trampled by horse.
Crazy horse is powerful, turns out.
Valid to hunt humans.
Understandable. The most powerful of wild beasts, wolf and horse.
I want to say this lady with the green hair is also just a sprite from FF5. That's right outside here.
Yeah, this one.
That's one of the
Well, also,
dancers.
in some cases, it's also that these are sprites that started in 1 and then have been continued to be remade over the
Gotcha.
over the course of the franchise. Also, the inn has a slower, sleepier version of the shop theme.
Oh my god! This is adorable.
Alright, continue the walkabout. Just for a little while. No, not flee.
Got extensive command memory then.
Rattle! Yes. Alright, and then there was that auto battle button sitting up there in the corner in a very, a very phone game UI position. How do I reach that with a controller?
Like select
Trying
maybe?
buttons. Nope.
Huh.
Not select, not...
Oh my.
Okay.
That's a lot of orbs.
Xbox X. Left face button. Orbs will be relit and preserved.
Thank goodness. Someone here appreciates orbs.
We have people who stand for orbs. All right, horse rematch. Let's go. That went better. Jeff, why do you have no health? My red mage just made a paper. Alright, I will buy some chain. Cannot quite afford the chain. Well,
Gotta go fight another horse over this.
we need the exchange rate of horses to chain vests. You hate to see it. Yeah, so from what I've seen, 1, 2, and 3 all seem to be being released today. There was a sense that 4, 5, 6 have a different release date, but it could also just be internal store architecture shenanigans making it difficult to display what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
This is setting very good first impressions for how the other ones are probably going.
Ah, you
I
got
have high
multi-hits
hopes both
happening
for...
already. Oh, wait, hold on a second. There's a visual effect of the multi-hits happening, because
Yes,
the swings
the-
happen twice. So
the
that means
extra
it's
swing
16
animations.
hits.
Multi-bowl.
Yeah.
I have high expectations both for these as products unto themselves, and hopefully this can set a precedent. If other businesses, if other developers look at this and be like, wait, old thing's still good, what if we just make old thing but refurbished into a fresh wrapper and keep it available and alive because people still like it and would also exchange numbers to have it but clean and on running natively on a current platform? You know, doing this probably didn't cost so much money as to throw the company into mortal jeopardy over whether or not it succeeds.
Side-eyeing at every big Final
Every
Fantasy
other
game.
Square project.
Yeah.
Also, the love in this is just shining out. This is my absolute first exposure, and it's so clear that everyone involved in this had a great time already.
Yeah, there's just a whole lot of, look how lovingly this water is animated. That's using full frame rate just on making this canal wiggle. It's a good look. What if we use the power of current hardware to do old art styles, but in higher fidelity?
Yeah. PSW 360, PSW 60 on the Miiverse says, good water.
these two bodies of water are different shades. One of them is darker than the other.
There's
There
at
might be-
least 3 different types of grass present here.
There might be real-time lighting effects reflecting off of the ocean. What if we have ray tracing in our pixel RPG? You can't stop us.
Now we're talking.
Like, look at that spot over there.
That's nice and bright. It's true. Watch that later on. There's actually going to be a night-day cycle out of nowhere.
Doesn't do anything. It just looks nice.
Yeah. All right, now you're very capable and very
This
clearly
time,
prepared
for sure. We did a montage.
of many dogs. Can prepare for that. Oh, they even kept
As
that.
necessary.
Okay.
You gotta preserve. That's one of those things that you cannot touch.
Yes.
Garland, say the line.
I'll knock you all down. Yeah!
Love this man's fashion.
I think
Immensely.
he's tall enough to not sleep. So, Hadouken.
Garland was the first, well, basically he was the first big Nightman in the series. Because for the first, like, 5 games, the villain was often just a big dude and wearing a whole bunch of armor. 2 being an exception, being he's a dandy emperor guy. And the villain of 3 changes, like, a lot and doesn't really count. But 1, 4, and 5, oh boy, they all had that.
Garland's design is the starting point of a lineage that goes on to include Golbez and Exdeath and a bunch of
Yes.
other central. Yep,
And
here's
Gabrant later on, in 12.
here is a
So-
Rude Knight.
Yeah, Gaius in 14. It's a character archetype that they end up going with going forward.
Yeah, I can see the through line there, especially in that helmet design.
Yeah, the helmet with giant horns extending out of it. Big swooping cape.
Just basking in those clothing folds. Those are so well done.
Chef, gain any
No.
health. Chef, come on.
Listen, Red Magus might be very, very fragile now. Jeff, meanwhile, is really healthy.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just have to change the formation. Maybe red goes to the back.
The front-facing Black Mage sprite is incredible.
And since they, Also, yes, that. There's one more thing. Use scripting to make sure that actually you are required to receive the loot. Remove the possibility of not thinking to talk to Sarah after you've done this and not get the loot. Oh, here you go. Oh, I'm conjuring.
Where are you going?
They can handle my spells. Yeah, this scholar minister is pretty much as they look in 5.
These are the nerds, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
there's a couple of different civilians who have this look. The scholars at the libraries, the like ministers at Tycoon Castle. Yeah, bridge repair cutscene was in the GBA version. Look, we have to repair the infrastructure. The prophecy commands. Beep. Level 4 is probably fine to set off to the next town. Look, we got like 4 of each flavor of mana? Adventure awaits!
Got past the demo section. Congratulations.
Now the game starts. The text could be crunchier. That font is a bit smooth for my liking. Especially when we have like the silhouette of Swordgar there, all 16 pixels wide. Adventure! And yeah, auto battle being there for when you run into a fight that is solved and not a problem is handy. Sand background. Sand wolves.
Yo, that rolls!
Hey, auto battle, please never use my spells. Could you not do that, auto battle? Very handsome rivers. That is sufficient goblins that, oh, let's not.
This lady has incredibly powerful vibes.
Cancel Andal 1? Anyway. Just take a look around. Cancel and L1, then there should be a space in the invocation. Yeah, there we go. The world map, as you do.
I love that you just walked in there and this woman was missing her eye and you just opened up boxes and turned around and
Well, there's
left.
nothing
That
we
was
can
lovely.
do about that for now. With the light warriors, not the light optometrists.
Different kind of crystal.
Okay, that was a auto battle decided to run from that, and that's interesting.
It might just repeat the last things he did.
Maybe.
Swamp.
Swamp horse. Horse in a swamp. Alright, yeah, we do have enough swording power to defeat one horse. Ah, we meet again! Goblin Fiesta. My old rival, Miscellanea.
Goblins and wolves are good standard fantasy enemies.
This time will be different.
So, how much did you check out of Corneria when you were in there, or Canelia?
Mostly just look around town, interacting with shops. I'm not going to try to exhaustively scrape through all the dialogue and see everything that's changed writing-wise.
I mainly
It's
was
there.
looking at the tutorial in the end. We can delete spells now. What is that?
Yeah, the forget button is powerful, interesting.
Love the dithering on those clouds. They're so fluffy.
Yeah, it's a good look. They added item drops from some enemies. Wild. Alright, there's Parvoken. And okay, Jeff has finally had a level where you got good HP. That'll do. Yeah, health growth in 1, it's like you do a check and get either vitality or just a token 1 point. Something along those lines.
But yes, I am falling behind in my run because I went and did the font switch already.
New weapons is not really what I'm looking for in terms of getting ready for pirate fight. Hello, Temper. Temper, slow. That blinding might be really good if it decides that it wants to work. So I could only afford like 2 spells from here. Null Shock. Yeah, I don't think I need any of the stuff from Parvoka to defeat the pirates. This dude, though. Mohawk and overalls? And
Yeah,
some
those look
bracelets.
like overalls.
80s?
Ah, Bick.
There, just having a bit more defense, I think, is all the mitigation that I am going to need to do pirate fight.
I definitely have to say the bubble to show what things you can interact with or not is a very nice change.
Mm-hmm. Alright, brigands.
Will make their bones go crunch is a very powerful threat.
They have demonstrated some bone-crunching ability. They have skills.
Are they wearing just tailcoats and calf-high boots? Because, like, bold, that's a look.
I think they do have a vest on, it's just entirely concealed behind the beefy arm in the foreground.
Yeah, I'm just like, are you wearing pants? Is this a subluxar
No.
situation?
No
Of course not.
No
There is no
just
pants that we
vest.
found at all. Yeah. They're pirates. What
Incredible.
pirates have you ever seen wearing pants?
I've seen a couple of pirates who wear pants. They're cowards, but it's their choice to make.
Also, the city fight background.
Very nice flowers in the open windows that, you know, they definitely wouldn't keep their windows closed with all the pirates hanging around.
The windows may be
Dang.
open because of the pirates hanging around.
Jeff and Jeff, nice and tough now.
Hold up.
Sure, okay.
So Morgan, is this your first exposure to Final Fantasy 1?
Yes.
Nice.
Have seen absolutely nothing of it before. It's making a very strong first impression.
Alright, so... let's go ahead and devote some time to checking on very important intel here. Flee from these.
We going to the peninsula?
But I think the O of Power is over there? Or is
Yeah,
it
it's on the right side one, top like 2 to 4 squares, I think.
Yeah, because it might be that they rearranged the world map in order to just cut you off from that land for longer. I'll just have to see. Looked like they had blocked off this route.
Visoga also has very strong personal fashion choices. I like the accessories.
Okay, there is... no, there's still a pass, and then there's that dock. Guests!
Did you pick up Dia?
Yes. Which, during the couple bits of, like, FF1 randomizer that I've done, people have remarked that the zombie sprite kind of looks like it's wearing a lab coat in 8-bit. And I guess with this rendition here, it is supposed to just kind of be a long coat that,
Yeah?
that zombie has on. Still have access.
Yeah, getting a closer look at that. Could be some kind of lab coat or just a long trenched coat.
Something long. Anyway, let's see what happens if I just walk back and forth on this particular tip of a landmass. Tarantula, I think, is normal. We may have to live with the cowardice of repairing what wasn't broken. We get to see what poison sounds like.
Does your PC have built-in mosaic effects on the hardware?
No screaming, just crunching.
It's a perfectly reasonable poison sound.
Well, I don't have any antidotes, so...
Wait, it's supposed to scream?
The NES poison walking noise was just kind of a shrill tone.
Ah.
Oh, I do have one antidote. There you go, Jeff. Alright, so I guess... fine. So in the NES release of the game, those two squares are exactly close enough that they go over into the encounter table for much later in the game. And you can fight some powerful things early. It's reasonably difficult to do so, but the payout is vast.
Also, wow, deer is a pretty spell.
Howard zombies.
Eight wolves. Let's actually duck out of this one. It's a lot of dogs.
But they look so friendly. They're in the fetch position.
They'll fetch your bones.
Oh, interesting. Inns don't say inn, instead just have a picture of a bed.
Mm-hmm. Might forgo buying level 2 spells for a bit. Well, I got $700 now. That's enough for a couple of spell 2s.
Beep.
Yeah, invisibility, temper, and ice, I guess, would be the set to grab here. Or no, I have not quite enough for a third one. Alright, invisibility and temper, and Blizzard can wait a while. I think it'll probably also be a while before anything has enough attacks that slow would matter. I already did armor shopping, so... I think Scimitar is worth adding to the loadout here. It's reasonably inexpensive for about as much benefit as the broadsword. And yes, I already topped everyone off. Adventure!
Everything on screen right now is incredible.
That's a lot of detail
Really?
on that shark.
Shark.
Visible gills on the shark. Diagonal boating. We drift. We leave. That's too many fish.
So many fish!
Yeah, without without multicast thunder, that's just a no-go.
I can show up in Elfland with enough money for Bolt 2. Then it changes. Then I am Ocean Boss.
I really like that the boat stayed behind in the harbor.
Yep. Managing where your vehicles are starts here. Ah, the eye. It's also just a very good, meaty, crunchy sound when the enemies disintegrate.
Okay, so Big Eye was related to Deep Eyes, which was based off of the Eye of the Deep, an amphibious beholder equivalent.
Makes sense. The tile arranging minigame is still present in some of the remakes. I don't know how you would get at it here, because they did change how you access it in those remakes, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, elves. Elfheim. Where elves are at Heim.
I spies a mortal and orb.
Ah, darn it. I got timed out. I shouldn't have shared the link. There's a link to how you can change the font to be wider already just by renaming the Japanese Latin character set to be the English Latin character set.
A Crozier.
That's nice, yeah. Like, while the font could be crunchier, I'm a little glad it isn't as it stands, because it'd be basically unreadable.
Alright,
Being
more
so
cash is
small.
needed for... And the stream running through this town looks different. This is an entirely different stream sprite than the canal that was in Carnaria. Also, an important
Also
check to do.
visible current.
Link is dead. Link remains dead. Where that's an important long-standing version difference that in some releases the specific named gravestone is Endrick from Dragon Quest.
Oh, no, we don't have crosses on the gravestones as in the original NES version, I believe.
Yeah, we have uncrossed, although our priest here is still wearing a mitre. Yeah, that pipe organ. Hat. Generic hat. His helm.
What's it made of? Helm.
Hat material.
How much gil do we need to drop to get that purple display armor, though?
All the spells here are hideously expensive. You hit Elfland and it's like, alright, you're here for a while. There are things to do. There's number to gain. No benefit to going into Elf Castle early. I can just proceed with dungeons with my foreknowledge of what's going on. Yeah, the level 4 spell, Poisona, still there. Chief. Large boss.
So, Morgan, for relevance, the Elf Prince is in a deep slumber for some reason. He was cursed by the Dark Elf. And we need to go and find something to get him back.
Yes.
Oh, very good. I appreciate how brisk this is. It's fun.
Right, yeah, green ogre is chief. Purple ogre is standard. And yeah, it is a great asset of the extremely lightweight, non-plot that you just kind of go. Dialogue is there for if you want it. And if you don't, then you just proceed. Adventure. Nice. Alright, so let's see how far from here I can safely wander before being made to regret my decisions.
I
Probably
do wonder,
don't do a dip into Marsh Cave yet.
I do wonder if the diagonal movement has a higher encounter chance or something.
It wouldn't surprise me if it counts as 2 steps for threat purposes. Creatures can fail to escape.
That's fun.
This is about the point of the game where I
Enjoy.
should probably also start having portable shelters.
Just gonna pull out a whole cottage.
If we had thought to buy one. Alright, Western Keep. There's also not a reason to go here yet, but I'm just gonna look at it.
Ownership is expensive.
But you can go here, and here is just a king in an abandoned building. I was roused by the delves. But if
Somebody
someone
else
would go to the swamp, also they let you see that that room is full of treasure. It's locked right now. They do position it this time so that you can be like, ah, a vault. I'll be back for you.
Someone else has been attacked by the Dark Elves. Weird.
Clever, handsome, powerful Dark Elves. They've rused me, much as they ruse everyone, with their incredible schemes.
I really love the progression of wolf to warg wolf to werewolf. That's strong.
Yeah, one in needing to rely more on palette swaps to pad out the enemy roster does create some like recognizable families of creatures and a progression across them. Having a copy of Bolt 2, I feel like that's my minimum loadout to feel like I can start to taunt the Marsh Cave. And I'll go
For
get
the first,
a
for the
tent
first pass.
or two, yeah. The pass where you loot the North Branch and then come back out and breathe. Item seller. Okay, yeah, so like the progression was tent, cottage, house in the NES localization, and here it is instead. Sleeping bags, tent, cottage. Which you have $50 for the small camp. Workable.
It's the same price as resting in the inn, isn't it?
Close to it, yeah. Although, the idea is that the weaker camping items are not a full heal. They're a large enough heal.
Ah, okay.
There is some point where you become tall enough that sleeping bags are not enough. And it was also that sleeping bag only recovers HP, and you need the more advanced ones to also recover mana. You cannot prepare spells while just laying in the dirt, looking at the open sky. Right, not here. Further along. This is just the way into Nothing Valley, where nothing lives.
This version uses Vancian casting, and it is charges.
Ghasts. I will fight these, since I can just yeah, throw Dia downrange at them. Hopefully.
So wait, to use a cabin, you would have to use a cabin and then a tent to make sure that you actually got your save of everything?
Yeah, if you're not confident that this will be the run. If you think you'll ever have to load that save. Marsh Cave, which is a hole in the ground.
I don't know. I feel that charges are okay now that they've got ethers for like if you do get fully ambushed and use your stuff right before the boss. Like there's enough stuff in this that has made it easier for people who really don't want to have the risk of having to do the entire dungeon over again.
Look at this swamp fog.
It's very good.
This is wonderful. Big fan of the moth, just present everywhere. Oh, look at that!
Ools. And yes, this is good background. This cave.
I'm impressed that the floor looks both soft and shiny.
Yeah, that's some good mud floor. I remember which parts of this have the good loot. Scorpions. Scorpions.
These scorpions are actively in the process of advancing to lobster.
Incredible difficulty spike imposed by a crab.
That feels correct.
Poison, actually a threat.
Knife. Knife 2. And the name of the game is Press Your Luck. How much treasure can we get away with? Yeah, avoid these wargs. And I've been poisoned again. And I do not have more antidote, so it's fine. $1,000. Slime. The face on those slimes.
The tiny little faces are so good.
Just crunching along. Skeleton. This is an encounter I usually fight, because it's mostly skeletons, so I can do that. And I guess I'll Thundara it as well. Just to be sure. Yeah. Use my remaining potion to delay the inevitable.
Oh, interesting. The overworld minimap doesn't have locations on it until you have actually visited those locations.
Good. Sensible.
For exploration.
Alright, sleeping bag, will you heal the poison? No. It will delay the inevitable, though, so we can get back to town and then fix this. This will also show me if no mana recovery from sleeping bag. Understandable. Also, this swamp battlefield.
Yeah, I like this muddy embankment. With hints of, like, tarpooly quicksand down at the bottom.
Everything has texture. Okay, so for poison purposes, it does seem like the diagonal step is just one step, and I'm in fact saving health by doing that. Alright, so for all of that, I got... That also doesn't cure the poison. Well... Priest? No. I have to go to the pharmacy and buy antidote. Well... Let's prevent this from happening again for a while. Those also, what are the rest of it? Poison, darkness, silence, stone, and everything but death. Oh, and Phoenix Downs also exist. That's another thing that greatly eases up the difficulty curve, that all parties have a way to revive. That you can have a pile of.
Walk into the pharmacy, slam down $1,000, walk out with 3 bags of activated charcoal.
Alright, let's get prepared for battle a little more. Could buy hats. And yes, also that shield. I don't think the iron armor is quite needed here. That was always a bit overcosted.
Oh, did they fix the silver sword being for sale?
Looks like it. The saber is a notable step up from the rapier, so I guess I'll get 2 of those. Inventory seems to be auto, or no, there's a sort with options.
Oh no, I found 4 crazy horses while I was trying to get back to town.
Well, congratulations to the horse warriors who've inherited the crystals.
While my black mage is already dead on the ground.
Adventure. Everyone is now powerful enough to destroy a common wolf. And Jeff can reasonably absorb a hit from an ogre. It's good to see. Also, wait, yeah, the Black Mage is preparing for regular attack, just arms out. What?
I do like that the marsh cave is just a hole in the ground.
Yep. Let's be more evasive this time around.
Cannot get over the powerful posture on these skeletons.
Just mid-leap, mid-swing. a bit of a pummeling into Jeff.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
I was in Aaron hell. Very long time.
The ooze.
Really.
We do not confront the ooze.
Whatever Aaron has.
And yeah, I was already in here.
Did Alpha have a map?
No,
So that
well,
mini
it didn't
map
have
was
an
totally
in-game map. A portion of the game had a physical printed map.
Oh, okay. So yeah, they would have expected you to unfurl a physical piece of paper and then
Yes.
cartograph. I can appreciate that. Like that's kind of cool as a thing to do, but like this is just better.
I do miss the days of get physical box, open it, and have a map, though.
Mm-hmm.
There must have been some like 90s CRPG that just gave you a map. I'm using like scare quotes around that. And it's just a piece of paper and it says, "Go, you do it, motherfucker."
I think that's called just playing D&D.
Yeah, that or two Temple of Elemental Evil. I don't know.
Ghost sprite, though.
Very
shadow.
powerful. Got those Batwing sleeves going.
Everyone is level 10. Spent some of my mana. Have plenty of antidotes, though.
So when is an item over Grimrock? Yeah, but Grimrock's like that's like a whole thing. Do you think they're gonna have sprites for when you grow up?
Yes. Gonna step away from it, and then I think we can try to go for the crown? Maybe. Or at least go for treasure around the crown? Maybe. Soon.
The water's really pretty.
Oh, good.
It's really hard to do water in a pixel thing without it just being a flat blue, but like that's as close to convincing as I've seen anyone get.
Yeah, and they get the, like, that specific...
Like I don't actually know what exactly they're doing to achieve that. It's kind of freaking me out. Normally I
Yeah,
can look at a
it's-
shader and go, oh okay, but it's like texelation and scaling, and I think it's a flow map with pixels.
They've got the actual out on the ocean and seeing the water move in two different directions at once situation going, and I'm very impressed.
Yeah, like it's not just a looping texture. It seems to be some sort of procedural system where like
Yeah, the water is very nice.
it's pretty hardcore. Oh yeah, and it actually like coalesces around the shore correctly.
Yeah,
Like, the giant
like-
white hotspot does not go through the biomass. It just kind of like skirts around it.
there have been two distinct different ways of rendering different streams in different biomes, and I am thriving. Like, you look at it, and there's even water rippling on the swamp. It's subtle, but it's there.
notice that you're.
I can't help but peer intensely at the swamp. It is my nature.
I mean, yes, we all know who you are. You are the fungus boy.
It's one of the nicest things anyone has ever said to me. Thank you. Also, for tides, I expect if that is a present, we'd have to be zoomed in on a beach tile, because unless you're dealing with a king tide situation at the scale we're at, it would be not very noticeable.
Yeah, that's true.
Marsh.
What is this frenetic swamp hole music?
The swamp is incredibly ominous. Ghost also doesn't want to be here. Right, that's just a dead end.
You choose your team layout in Final Fantasy 1?
Yes.
And you forsook Thief, I guess.
Yes.
A thief
I'd rather-
who can't.
How useful is stealing in 1, actually, though?
Stealing
Really,
doesn't
really.
exist yet. Thief's deal is having high agility and luck.
Oh, okay, so they crit, I guess.
Would maybe
Are
mostly
crits
it's
a thing?
escape chance is the thing that Thief does very well. And
That's
then
not...
the ninja, which Thief upgrades into, gets access to low-level black magic, which there's a lot of good utility stuff down there.
Wait, Ninja gets black magic?
Yes.
Interesting. Monk's in this, right?
Yes. Monk is quite good. It has some bugs related to how its scaling happens, but not in a way that, like, prevents it from doing its job.
The real question
Oh,
is,
sweet.
do they have scaling problems in this one?
I would imagine no, and if they do, they'll probably actually patch. Like, that's the nice thing about this game is they can patch out bugs if there are any. Or if people go like, hey, don't... This sucks.
Monks in
they
one
can-
scale excellently. The main thing that would cause people to unwittingly undervalue Monk in this is that with the lighter level of documentation, if they don't know that Monk's bare hands scale up, and that at some point you put down the Monk weapons because your fists have surpassed them. If
You
you
were there,
assume Monk
Luminous.
needs a weapon and only use Nunchuck and then Nunchuck 2 and then run out of Monk weapons, you'd be like, wow, this class is terrible.
They just stop giving you monk weapons at that point because you're supposed to unequip them.
You're supposed to unequip them. They just punch. Ambushed by scorpions.
I'd be super excited for 4, 5, and 6 now that, like, this... Because 1 is... This looks really good,
Yes.
honestly. This is pretty much exactly what I wanted, of just, here is this old game, and you don't have to fuck around with downloading ROMs or anything, and it just works.
And it all looks pretty good in motion.
Yeah, no, like, we were just talking about when you stepped away how good the water works.
Yeah, I noticed that there was actually a subtle sheen of water movement on the swamp, too.
Nice.
It's like... It's sort of like how Octopath does, like, well, this is pixel art, but we put some pretty shaders over it. It's just, like, less so. It's not getting in the way of the aesthetic, it's just there to enhance it.
We'll use more pixels.
Yeah, we have sub-pixels now, and we'll leverage those to make cool things happen.
Alright, time to do the first stupid run of this game that I can think of. 4 monks.
I'm going to watch this, actually. See what it looks like at 4K.
Yeah, that's also a thing that my use case I'm never going to test, but the resolution settings go very high.
Oh, they do? Nice. I was configuring I'd have to play a 1080p game, but if it
Oh,
goes
they-
to 4K.
They put a phoenix down here in the marsh kit. How kind, how considerate.
Definitely making low-level runs more viable.
It's definitely
Yeah,
there to
like-
cover the price of defeating the wizards.
610 megabytes? Ugh. That's
Sounds.
a lot. I can fit that.
Like, this looks really good, and also, just to complete first exposure, this looks like I would have fun playing it,
Yeah, no, like,
whereas some
honestly,
of the older stuff I kind of bump up against.
it's just archaic enough for it to be like, well, what do you mean iron symbol? Iron knife? Iron sword? What is this?
Yeah, you
This is
kind of
just-
had to be there.
So like now they fully explain like this is an iron sword. Here's what it does, and you don't
There's
have to.
room to
go
put
to
all
3
the
different
documentation on the screen.
Yeah, which is really the biggest thing of just like, okay, you don't have to go to 5 discrete menus to see what the stats are for this thing or what the item description is.
Is it new that there's like those comparison arrows when buying gear and
Think?
such?
Didn't
Uh,
the character sprite just
One
like do
didn't
a yay
have
pose?
that. One would just show you if they could equip it or not by reactions and shops.
That's nice then, yeah. There's a lot of... I'm picking up on then, a lot of really neat little tweaks just for cognitive accessibility. I like
Yeah, like not really. That's why I was like I didn't play old Final Fantasies just because like the SNES versions, even up to 5, the SNES version is just like, ugh, this is fine. I could probably do this. I would have to like bang my head against the wall to really internalize everything going on here. Because it's like it's at a certain point, it's almost a different design language than like modern RPGs of just like you should know what you're doing because you've played 4 of these before, right? No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Another copper armlet.
Oh, the monks come auto-equipped with staves. Gotta get rid of those.
Right. That's locked door. Wizard fight is the one above where I am right now.
Yeah, I think the bottom row, all 4 are locked with the Mystic Key.
Yeah, so you make more trips back to Marsh Cave anyway. Yeah, there we go. There's the main event. Everyone's in as good a state as I can expect them to be. Oh, and they switched the, since they invented the monster in a box at some point after the first game, they can now roll that back in here.
Biscuit Demon!
Biscuit Demon.
That's delightful.
And I have 3 Bolt 2s with which to try and carve a path through these.
Favorite treats are biscottis.
Also a sword. Okay, we got this. Yeah, that's what I would call the first real boss fight in FF1. And it's a very rocket tag situation.
Oh wow, yeah, this just works with 4K natively.
The font look when big.
Mildly better, actually.
Nice. Because, yeah, I've noticed a trend, like, fucking the first one where it really stood out was playing Dragon Quest Builders 2, and noticing that because they'd sized things for such high resolutions, the text was tiny. It was genuinely painful to try and read.
Yeah, motherfucker, try reading that on a Switch screen when you're undocked it because you didn't realize how garbage it runs on the Switch, and also you could play Dragon Quest Builders 1 and we're excited.
Yeah.
It's like fucking Dead Rising bullshit. It sucks.
I'm also reminded of Fire Emblem Three Houses. The font is just way too small.
God, it was the worst. Like, I'm trying to play these games and getting a migraine from my efforts.
You know what this dialogue-heavy game needs? Smaller font.
But rad to know there's a way to just widen it by doing a small file tweak.
Yeah, there was a big wave of that being a problem, like, at the trailing end of CRTs and the initial uptake of higher res displays, crystal, plasma.
Trying to play Metal Gear Solid 4 on a CRT is
That's impossible.
awful.
Yeah. Like, the Drebin shop is legitimately very hard to see numbers.
Appreciating now that there are many different impact noises for enemy attacks. Wolf bites there were kind of a thwack. Spiders were making more of a rattling noise.
Handy. That's actually super handy. Because, like, then you can distinguish, like, oh, an enemy is attacking me, because that's not shit. Why are you in a conch?
Bag for sleeping.
Yeah. My sleeping conch.
What, you don't have one of those?
Only when it's winter.
Valid.
Yeah, because after every season they break because they're season use. The durability is, just exactly for as long as it needs to be.
Oh man, gotta hook you up with the Hermit Crab Cooperative.
What? You mean you don't deal with that?
Nah, you just trade it down. Someone
The
smaller
exchange
takes on the
ritual.
conch.
It sounds like a timeshare.
I mean, I guess.
I don't like the way you're wringing your hands together.
Consider it like thrifting.
I don't want real estate to be like thrifting. Wait, is the sleeping bag real estate?
Only in the most tragic of circumstances.
I mean, not unless you explicitly have a place to put that sleeping bag.
Wherever I lay my head is where I put the sleeping bag.
Yeah, I'd say so. It fits. Wow, that looked good.
Alright, so I'm
No
just back here
problem.
to recover and restock.
In that all of my computer cords are unmanageable and there's thousands of them. How do you cable manage?
Zippy ties.
Yeah, ties, tubes, anything that takes related cables and groups them together.
I
Oh
also,
yeah, actually, I guess consolidating them. I was thinking about getting a cable tray, but that's a better idea.
I also
If
drew a
you're,
diagram.
Damn, strong.
Yeah, if you have cables that have ambiguous ends, attaching some kind of identifying tag to them, so that whatever labyrinth path they've decided to take from their source to their destination, you can know which end is which.
When especially strapped and working with smaller cables, I've used bread bag clips before.
That's smart, actually. I should just go to his store at the unvaccinated and get cable management shit.
Yeah, there are a lot of there are Velcro zip tie type things that can be undone and redone later, where you like tuck it through and then wrap it around.
And then zip it up. That's smart.
My mic came with like a flexible silicone band that can just be fastened, which is pretty neat. Because after a while, Velcro gets fuzzy.
It do. Yeah, this is that far.
Other shopping unified inventory means that you don't have to worry about going specifically to the official weapon vendor to sell your weapons
Oh yeah, that's
or what have you, because that was a
just
UI
all shit
quirk
like that.
of.
Yeah.
Alright, let me make a call here about, hey Jeff, your chainmail. You'd be trading a lot of defense for 6 evade. Yeah, I'll have you stick with the chain.
What did you name your characters? Actually, I didn't look.
The 4 warriors, Jeff,
Jeff.
and Jeff.
Okay. Noble.
What is San Francisco? No, sorry, it's Jeff.
Alright, so now, to return the crown to its very real, legitimate rightful owner. And okay, yeah, so auto attack, auto battle repeats the last set of commands you have entered. Is what's going on there, so. It's fine.
So I don't know what you mean. That man looked perfectly legitimate, very trustworthy, and
Exactly that.
absolutely qualified to run a country.
Let us go to the king of abandoned building at the end of the road. Rightful sovereign of many bats and snakes.
He filled in this form on a very official looking website. It had like a coat of arms and everything.
Your Majesty.
You stole Grandma's eye.
Yes. Just by complete coincidence. Also, the fancier load-in for fights. And, alright, here's Astos.
What a wonderful gremlin.
Okay, and with the higher resolution version of him here, I feel like I had always taken the NES rendition of this to have like a tongue sticking out taunting you, but no, that's like either like a sculpted pointy beard or like a chin horn to go with the hat. The crest that he's got going on.
I think it's a chin horn, but I also like the big, just kind
He
of...
looks like a goblin Mac tonight.
Fuck. That completely derailed me. I had a thought about his smile, but it's gone now.
Now he's playing the piano in my brain.
And also in changing the way that fights work, they have softened the impact that Astos usually has. So his iconic deal is that the first spell on his list for the NES version is an instant knockout, single target. So he is very likely to just sucker punch somebody onto the floor in any given run of this fight.
Also, just appreciating the amount of detail and depth on this rug.
Yeah, this
is a
must
hell
have
of a
taken a
floor.
while. God, how long did it take a craftsman to make this?
Well,
Only I had a way to avoid blind. Lamp would have been a useful spell to have around.
there are
There we go.
smaller geometric patterns contained between the gold lines. Depending on the size of the carpet, potentially several years.
The master started, the people finished it.
Didn't quite catch that.
Yeah, started by the master, finished by the pupil.
Yeah, probably. All done with rolling teams.
And that carpet is out here on the overworld.
Oh, hey. That's a big fucking carpet.
That's such a big carpet.
Not as big as the one in Matoya's cave.
True.
She probably just made that with magic, though. It doesn't count. Or she's a very
it still
good...
counts. You gotta do the planning.
You
She
gotta
could
do the
also
work
just,
to do
you
the
know,
magic.
What are you doing when you make a loom? Are you weaving? What do you call a weaver? A weavess?
A weaver. Yeah.
Well, yeah, she could have been a badass weaver. I don't know.
Yeah, the loom is the frame that you hang the threads up on.
Scorpions have
They're,
escaped the marsh cave.
Oh no!
Containment is
Fuck.
lost. This land is blighted.
There are many rich and varied rug-making traditions using a vast array of techniques.
Okay, well actually, right, so the process here, I now have the crystal ball. Means I'm not going back to Elfland, I'm going past Elfland.
Good. Fuck him.
Screw their overpriced magic.
Lumist would also be a very powerful name there.
I just like to think of the word. I was hoping it would be loomer, but rip to that.
I mean, it can be in your heart.
Okay, the fact that I didn't stop to rest means I don't get to completely explode these fish.
Is this boat too big? It feels too big.
It's quite wide.
Like, 2 of those grates? Yeah, sure. 3? That's...
3 is an unusual number of grades.
Like, how big is your hold?
Yeah, this is really more of a barge.
But yes, since auto battle repeats the last thing,
This-
it makes it really easy to flee from encounters now.
This boat, where, hold on, the masts are all the way over on that side?
Are there 4
And then there's
masts?
nothing on this side? What is our boat situation?
It's a quantum fucking boat.
Yeah, because then you look at the overland.
Wait, there's more than one of these
Right.
things? Because there's that... do they have battle background variation? That's rad. Because, like, that glass thing wasn't there before and the netting wasn't there.
Oh no, those were there last time. There's just been one boat fight background so far. I think they were.
Is this...
I have to play Where's Waldo with each fight.
Hold on, yeah, go pick some more fights.
There will be more fights on the way. Well, I'm also not stopping in Corneria. It's another port up this way.
Under
No,
the
it's the
boat.
same one.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's the same one. We go into
I must have
bridge.
imagined it. I must have seized control of the Matrix. That must have been something with the brain.
Was it the same cat?
Perhaps. Miss Behemoth Typhoon.
Yeah, this port here. Where then, yeah, also, so world design-wise, as I push cancel select. So the whole opening arc of the game, you are trapped in this little sea here in the bottom center of the map. And you just kind of do a full tour of it to get started. You start here in Corneria, you go up the way to the Chaos Shrine and back again. Come up, go over to boat. You skip over that whole mountainous region because that's for later. Then you boat down to here, you do all these adventures in this vicinity, and then you have this sweep of returning the crystal to get the herb, to get the key.
To get the scorpion so you can cross the river.
Yeah, to get a gorilla that subsides on snake meat.
Oh wow, the map tells you how many chests and how many hidden items there are in each place.
That's
That is
Nice.
super nice. Wow, this fucking remaster rules, actually.
Jolt tonic. And we have Grandma's energy drinks.
Oh, I thought you said Celt tonic. Like from Scotland. Or is that Ireland?
Also, the Grandma says.
Strongly reminded of my own one-eyed prank grandma in this moment.
Right, Grandma.
Sana, have I never told you about my nan?
No, yeah.
Okay. Good, that's important. She is a powerful trickster and should be respected.
Diagonal movement makes the boat really fast. $3,000 cash on hand. See, then you also then get a sizable windfall if you go around and clear up all of these places that you now know you are strong enough to deal with. Because... Alright, now I can... Now I am boat boss. Fire the beams. So, get back to Elfland. No idea if they would include the bonus dungeons from the GBA version. If they are present, none of them would have unlocked yet, so results inconclusive there. There are now various locked doors which we can pry open, and immediately I do not recall if any of them are in this very castle.
I don't think you pointed any out earlier.
Oh, that over there. That one's locked. I have to go some roundabout ways in order to reach it. Oh.
So my 4-monk team is doing very well. I've made it to Provoca, and I don't have enough money to stay at the inn.
Sensible.
I tried to run away from too many horses and just did not have enough money by the time I got here because I was running too much.
Yeah, it sounds like a kung fu team.
Bronze gloves, silver hammer.
Oh no, we're all too poor.
Got mugged by horses. Happens to the best of us.
Cobras!
Oh, the new Cobra sprites are really good. Oh wow.
Those roll.
Will running this much bite you later, or are they just too small to batter?
You are, if you want to play briskly, you run from most fights. And it works out fine. If you insist on fighting everything that you see, it will, one, be very expensive, because you have the resource bottleneck on your magic. Two, you will end up overground for the way the game is built. Dungeons in this are prolonged battles of attrition. This port doesn't actually take me to Chaos Shrine. I do need to walk from Corneria.
As a kid playing my first turn-based RPGs, I didn't understand what random encounters were, and assumed that every fight was one I was supposed to do. So on my most beloved game, I played it through to completion several times and was able to carry over my save each time. So eventually it just became an unstoppable behemoth wizard.
Yeah.
It is a way to go about things.
A wizard that can lift? I'm not sure that's legal.
Yeah, I just thought that, like, I mean, if it shows up, clearly I'm supposed to fight it to the death.
Ah, designed encounter.
Wretched ghoul!
Yeah, time. Yes, allergy. Yep. Yep, there is. Yep, there's. Okay.
Nice. A hat? Like, everyone already has a hat. Yeah, you could get that hat earlier. That's not the locked room that's in here. But yeah, also, even though this dungeon is set up so that you can just walk in, do the fight, and walk back out, there is also material.
Alright, we got Fight Gar, Punch Gar, Heal Gar, and Hurt Gar.
Wise. There we go.
Is grabbing microphone. But this is content apparently, so I'm just gonna let that happen.
Werebuster. Also cat noises.
Yep, she's just kind of holding it.
Rumbling.
And wipe. Monks cannot make it into the sea.
And Rune Blade. Yeah, starting from around here, you get most of your best equipment from adventure rather than out of shops. There's still a few important things that happen shop-wise, but you start running on loot. Which is great for, like, normalizing the pace that you play at, because you rarely need to grind cash. You just kind of find cash. It becomes for spells, mostly spells. But then once you have those spells, consumables.
Sana, I would like you to know that Regina has blessed the cactuar I'm felting you. She has doofed it in appreciation and approval.
Good.
Good.
Good. That's auspicious as balls. Oh wow, there's a video mode that like softens it as if it was on a CRT.
Yep. So, Horn area. Sword, knife, cottage. Which, yeah, that knife is relevant. Nitro powder. And a suit of iron armor if I really want to throw that on. Actually, yeah, that's a relevant boost. And 3 is the right price.
Love the expression on the face of the Sahagin. It's very good.
The Hagen is always highly engaged. Yeah, I'll do the modification to switch out to wide text before whenever a next session of this will happen. Frighten. Wolves fear me.
I have accidentally trained my cat into holding my hand whenever I just quietly rattle off "hold" at her, and this is the greatest achievement of my life.
Smart cat. And then, right, so there's a vault both at legitimate abandoned castle and vaults in Swamp Cave to break into. This is kind of a Muzak version of the castle theme. Anyway.
Really enjoy that terrible gremlin just left you a box full of ghosts.
Vault's haunted. The falchion. He is worse than the werebuster. Alright, it's another sword. It's there. Alright, what are the other prizes in here? Also monsters. Mummies.
They're so composed. They're just vibing.
The power staff. Which, right, in the base game, the thing the power staff is good for is that it sells for an unreasonable quantity of money. But otherwise doesn't do anything. Though. Staff with good attack power.
This is a really good remaster. This is just fun to play.
Yeah, I think I'm also appreciating more as it occurs in motion that what they're doing, they're taking very thorough advantage of having limitless color depth.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of work with that, but not like in a gross way.
Using the frame rate and the color depth, but sticking to the resolution for the most part. This lets them do very intricate animations. Steel gloves.
If a weapon gives you accuracy, does that give you accuracy to magic, or can magic even miss in the first place?
Magic doesn't miss.
Okay.
Well, status spells can fail.
I wouldn't imagine it would help there. Yeah, like this really does just look like a SNES game basically, but there's some extra shit there. Like you can see the water has a shader that should not be working.
The water shader evokes the correct level of fear in me that I should have while beholding the open ocean.
This kind of feels like it fell through like a dimensional rift from the world that got the Nintendo PlayStation.
Kind of, honestly.
Yeah? Yeah.
The Family Computer CD.
Wait, White Mage has holding? Oh shit. Yeah, the spell slots are here, they're not cowards!
I will fight this ooze. Yes, now that we have big weapons from post this dungeon, we can pierce the armor of ooze pretty easily.
I love spell slot systems. I've been a little sad that so many things have just been tossing them out.
I should make a CRPG that is just Final Fantasy 1.
Having a few constraints breeds creativity. It provokes strategy.
Like, I really like the idea of slots. Like, I would probably change it to MP, but, like, you know, the spell slots would be something that you can only have a few things with, and then you can use MP as much as you feel like.
Have, like, siloed MP
Yeah,
of some sort.
that are just, like, maybe you could put things in, like, any spell in a low-level spell slot, and it would take way less MP. So, like, you could kind of abuse percentage shit like that, but, like, that's fine.
Meta magics.
Alright, time to dive into the Marsh Cave at level 7 with 4 monks.
This is going to be a really good way to explore, like, RPG design, actually. I'm glad I bought these things.
Yeah, we have this museum, this time capsule.
Yeah, just like this at this point in time, here's what we were doing design-wise, here's what we thought an RPG would look like, and then here's what it looks like when we try again, and then when we try again. Yeah, no, like, this is rad. I think this is honestly worth $12. I was gonna go pull out the usual argument of like, well, it's an old game, so honestly, but no, it's like they didn't actually steal any old content.
This
is
will
just
let
a new thing.
more people encounter FF2.
Yeah, this
And
is
perhaps
not the usual
try to
thing
engage FF2.
of we found the last port we did and then we moved it over. This is just like, no, this is a new thing.
Wait, this is... How much is this?
$12.
What?
Yeah, $12 per game though.
12 for 1 and 2, 20 Canadian, I think, for the other 4.
Maybe. I know
I
it's
acquired the
reasonable.
package deal.
yeah. If
Yeah,
you buy
I also
package
bought
deal, it's $72 for all 6 of them, which is about right. I feel like.
In Canada, Fun Bucks, it's like 90 something. Yeah, 100.
Oh, that doesn't bode well, but...
But
Still,
I can
within
definitely
reach.
look at that price tag and be like, taking out 90 current day Canadian dollars to buy 6 of these, knowing full well how much proportionately more expensive these were
Yeah.
in their original time.
Oh my god, oh shit, I think when you go into stores, the shop icons are either always there or they show up once you go into a store for the first time. Like on the map. Actually, I wonder if you can make a randomizer for this.
Ah, more Pisca demons. Ah, more piss.
Oh. What are you doing? What do you want, cat?
And I've already spent my big attack spell. Well, spent my small attack spells. We have enough health now. Look how tough Jeff is now, taking 15 and 30 from these instead of all of it. There we go.
All monk team has hit the green ooze and is now just crying.
That's right, more
Pardon?
monster snakes.
Oh no.
Snakes.
Oh, that's a really fun palette swap.
Did they have
Start
this
from the
box before?
Yes, but if they were previously the same color as the rest of the snake or closer to it, they won't show up.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
smart
it
way
was a
to
much
Yeah,
more like
Yeah, it's
subtle rosette.
a trick they use to get more mileage out of the palette swaps, to sometimes sync up the colors to create flat versions.
Yeah, that's a really clever way to do that. It's just like programming's fun because it really makes you like think more. Stop climbing up here. You're not gonna get the table sandwich.
I can't believe you would forbid her the table sandwich.
I swaddled the cat. She got even more than pet. There's no excuse for this.
From your point of view, this is temerity. But from her point of view, she's on a massive quest to scale the impossible mountain.
There we go, the early silver armlet.
Okay, this is now the 4th time you've scaled fuck mountain. I'm changing chopping spots.
Now let's get back to evasive. We are low on ammo. Box of more wizards. Okay, I may be overextending here. Maybe. Maybe. It's fine. I can slay one of them around. We have traded, 1 for 1. It's fine. Let's see how good a Phoenix Down is.
I have a really stupid way to make a double cast system with spell slots. At like slot 6, which is the highest, you would get 2 like casts of a single spell if you use double cast. But if you use on spell slot 0, then you get like 50. So then you could just turn to Vegeta and throw fireballs at a problem.
Did you end up playing the Neverwinter Nights remaster?
No, not yet. I took Dragonfall, then took a break, then played Digimon. I made a character and I made a wizard in it, so I just have to start doing it at some point.
Okay,
Yeah, when you
and
get
someone
around to
has,
it, there's a...
Someone has run the numbers. Well, Jeff tried. That's how long we were able to keep the XP synchronized. All for
Oh, I hate to see it.
Antidote. You hate to see it.
All for poison's sake.
There's a lot of fun things you can do with meta magic in Neverwinter Nights.
Yeah, someone has jiggled the numbers and like converted cost of FF4 to SNES is like $160.
Yeah, that's
Cartridge games were hideously expensive.
Yep.
Digital distribution is not.
I honestly felt like it should be a little bit more expensive. These are very reasonably priced.
Yeah, it's just people are thinking that they're just a pack of ROMs put into a container and then shipped.
Sometimes they are, but
In this case, no, they are not.
and this battle song has a bit of ska in it. Like a very little bit, like a tiny smackerel.
That's right, it's even more wizards. I perhaps need the team to become more powerful or have properly reloaded before trying to raid the Swamp Vault.
On my end, the full bundle converts to 116 New Zealand dollars, which is fair enough. Considering that's generally the price for a single new shiny game currently.
Alright, team. Jeff and Jeff. Gonna get out of here.
White Mage's passed out sprite. Very cute, and it makes me want to just gently pat them on the head.
How it is so far is faithful. This is the FF1 experience. When you're doing it right, when you're going wild and dangerous.
Yep. With a little bit of the rough edges rounded off, you can buy Phoenix Downs and Ethers.
Some
But
tools exist to smooth out the curve, and you can disregard those tools and charge recklessly into Swamp Cave.
it's true.
And get away with it.
Of these insectoid gargoyles. they're
Wretched
fun.
ghoul.
Yeah, once I'm out of here, Jeff has enough armor now to be impervious to most stuff in this area. So Jeff can drag everyone home pretty reliably. And the cost of reviving everyone will very easily fit into that 17,000 cash. Plus the worth of whatever loot we decide to sell. Yeah, like even the werewolves are only doing 1.
Alright, I now have a stack of 90 potions to keep my monks alive into the cave.
Hadn't really taken in until just then that if you've got passed out party members, they're still there, just face down. Gives
We'll
the
get them
impression
later.
of you just having to like heft them over your shoulder and then drop them to do a combat.
I actually can in fact confirm that changing the font to something a little bit better is a 2-minute change. It's very simple.
Yep.
Alright, so liquidate some of the old stuff. The bronze gloves, the chain vests, this one copper armlet. Need either of these sabers, or the knife, or the basic hammer, or a broadsword.
But yes, if they put this out on, say, the Switch or PS4 or
Alright,
something.
the falchion, or the power staff, does still have its trait of being obscenely valuable for when it shows up. I'll just hold on to it for now.
The only thing I really want is just an option to change the font width, and that's it. Other than that, this seems good.
Yeah, like an in-game way to change the font would be ideal.
Yep.
So like if you want a pixel version or just a wide version or whatever. It's surprising that's the only like misstep I could see so far though, honestly. Otherwise, these are just the games that they were.
You could argue about the Peninsula of Power, but that wasn't necessarily intended to begin with, but I am curious as to what bugs they fixed in 5, and which bugs remain.
Yeah, grab. Anti-fire. Yeah, which now means that I'll have to double back and grab more level 2 spells, since plenty of those are useful eventually, but just not. They weren't urgently needed.
Oh, Punch Card got 1 point smarter.
Nice.
Nice. Also, Sana, check out the stream. Because
Yeah.
it's got the same thing as the ocean going on, in that there's 2 layers of motion with this water.
That's fucked up.
And okay, there's no like press up to add 10, but the just the linear scroll accelerates very quickly. They understand when you're buying in bulk.
Hey, buying potions one at a time. That was the time.
God, it's so pretty. What are your water shade of secrets?
Alright, so level 4 white magic is mostly a dead rat. Null Frost, when it matters, is a lifesaver. I guess being able to box somebody might matter ever. In NES, fear could be used for shenanigans. Ah, yes, also, the most important spell. Hello, you go there, and you go there. Now we're done. I guess I'll still also get Blizzara. Sleep and Confuse are there, but not terribly urgent. At some point I would, deeper into this run, backfill everyone's spell slots just to have nice even inventory. And appreciating how quickly the mana curve develops on your main casters. Look at that. We have level 5 mana, and we won't have level 5 spells for a bit still.
That's not like 17. Level 0 is pretty good. You can like casually do something with that.
And there was a small and subtle accessibility note that I really enjoyed. Of when you save, it shows you the small chunk of the map you're on.
That's nice.
Include more reminders and context.
Yeah.
Which is also really nice if you have multiple different runs going on.
Lots of... That's so many fish.
Fortunately, we have a gun.
I love these ice sprites. They're grody, but in a fun way.
You can tell that they're meant to be very wiggly, noodly.
The longer I get a look at the fish, the more I come to the conclusion that they're, like, in that expression because they're in the process of slipping on the deck.
I also could have come to Dwarf Mountain here at an earlier point. Do some looting. Only I had the fancy rocks. Make the fancy
Cave floor is
swords.
so crunchy.
These cards.
Oh, this looks great. It's very rare for me to be, like, excited for random encounters, but every new place we go, I'm just hoping that there's fights so we can see the battle screens.
And yeah, if you did come here early, the dwarves have been working on building a canal out of this sea to the rest of the ocean.
Devastating ecological effects will follow.
Just kind of rip it open.
Imagine if the Mediterranean was a closed sea and you opened up the Rock of Gibraltar and just pushed everything out.
So many starfish.
You did it! Worm Killer. Ethical Mail. It is a weird part of the equipment curve that also, so I pointed at this being a point where you start being able to rely on just the loot that you find. You also get, like, inundated with a bunch of magic swords that are about the same stat-wise here. Big hat. It's bigger than a regular hat.
Does resting
Mail.
ends get rid of poison?
No.
Wow.
There we go. That'll be our upgrade for Red Mage.
Go to the pharmacy and eat your charcoal.
I guess it does fall in line with the idea here of each of those is supposed to be, like, good against a creature type. It was one of the things that didn't work in the NES release, but probably works now. Like, Rune Sword there being the anti-wizard weapon versus anti-dragon and anti-werebeast, which there's not very many werebeast type enemies in the game overall, so...
Yeah, there we go. Now we can get a brief look at the more subtle rosette pattern.
But the ones that do exist are very good. Were-Tiger.
And yeah, you can, for someone only noticing now, you can set your character that you're displaying separately from the ordering of your characters in your formation.
Yeah, so I can choose to protect against Black Mage.
Here, there are many fish.
Do you have to have AoE spells, or can you just make any spell AoE?
Spells will be single or multi-target innately.
Okay. Okay, we get
Good
it.
lord.
The 420, nice.
There's Melmond. Let's get a look at, yeah, HD Melmond.
Yeah!
Wow, this place sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this rolls.
Oh right, Piscademons hit like a truck.
Yep.
That's 2 monks dead. Alright.
Yeah, so this is a town that has recently been assailed by a Dracula.
Am I
The
supposed to go north
church
into
and
a
the item
cave?
store are destroyed. Everything else is still here, though.
Were you supposed to go first from Cornelia? North, right?
Up left.
To a cave?
To the
Or-
Chaos Shrine.
Or you mean, so what have you done so far?
I have talked to the king.
Yeah, then you're going northwest first.
Okay, so this thing is just gonna kick my ass on purpose. Gotcha.
A little bit. At the very start of the game, you are a bit fragile and could use a warm-up. Or
Yeah, that's
that,
what I
like,
figured.
first level.
I just had to drag Punchgar outside of the cave, almost dead from poison.
Yeah.
I figured that's
So-
just Final Fantasy 1.
You break out of the sea and immediately, alright, here's life. It's time for things to be serious now. We now expect you to be able to raise the dead in the field. At least a couple of times.
That's another bespoke river.
The interiors of all of these weapon stores have been different. Longsword. It's longer than our currently available swords.
Thea is turn undead, which is interesting.
It's Dr. Oon. Everyone knows about Dr. Oon.
This river is carved much more deeply as well. I love it. This place is a floodplain and it shows.
And this
Let's-
thing.
This place is.
This unreasonably expensive suit of armor.
Is that the purple display armor?
That might be the purple mail.
Is defense plus 36 a lot?
That's quite a bit.
So heavy. Does it being heavy help?
I think it just makes your turn order.
Yeah, weight is reduced evade while wearing it.
Oh, just evasion?
Just evasion.
Okay, so you're making the choice between evasion or
Or
okay.
defense.
That makes sense.
With different situations where one matters over the other.
So
The game is
actually-
designed so that there are some creatures that do many tiny attacks, or others that do few big attacks.
So actually having fight Gar and then either thief or monk is probably intended
Yes.
because they're both evasion tanks, I imagine.
There's use cases for various builds. Anyway, that's as far as I'm going to take that session. Just do the initial inland sea arc, get to Melmond. That's a reasonably also having it that only took 3 hours of just kind of playing at the casual pace that I do, not knowing any speed tech. Yeah. Initial impression, thing good.
Yeah.
Thing good, thing worth.
Yeah.
Adventure. F out of 5.
Second attempt against Biscuit Demons worked very well. Also, if you wipe, just starts you at the start of the floor. That's sort of nice.
Interesting.